I'm Traci Acton. I am based in the Indianapolis area, and my account is Treat Yourself Indie. I started it in 2020 when I was furloughed from my full-time job, and I noticed all of my favorite local restaurants were really struggling and trying to offer like takeout options and fun seating outside their places. And so it really started as an account to feature takeout at those restaurants and just really support where I could. And it really took off. I have always loved eating out in Indy, and now I support nonprofits as well and events and just everything that makes Indy special and for the people that live here. And I've been really excited to grow the account over the past 6 years. I've always been hyper passionate about local. I grew up in Plainfield on the west side, so from a small suburb, like my family, they would take us to like Chili's or Applebee's when it came to going out to dinner, and I was really striving to move my family to be supporting local and even like just friends who would come to the city. And I've always taken pictures of my food. I don't know, I just think that's really fun to do. And it was actually my husband who was like, hey, why don't you like actually just start sharing those with people? So I have stage 4 endometriosis. I got diagnosed in 2018, but really started getting into thinking about ways to help myself later on, a few years later, with some research. And a doctor proposed trying to be anti-inflammatory and doing gluten-free, and I had noticed that when I had gluten, I was getting a lot of flare-ups and just really not feeling well. And it was actually the year of my wedding, 2023. I was like, I'm gonna cut it completely and see what happens and see how I feel. I guess fortunately, unfortunately, whichever your opinion, it worked really well. So I did have to make the choice to go completely gluten-free for my health and feeling better, and it has made a world of difference in how I feel with my endometriosis. It was really difficult because I did love so many local restaurants so much and so many food items, and my immediate reaction was like, I'm gonna miss this food so much. But once I learned like a bunch of restaurants did offer gluten-free options and also a lot of cooking on my own, it became a lot easier. I think in the past couple of years, Indianapolis in general has really expanded their offerings for gluten-free. Not always celiac safe, I think that's still somewhat of a challenge, but they're really accommodating a lot more dietary restrictions, which has been awesome. My original audience was not gluten-free. It was everyone, and I didn't want my page to be 100% gluten-free because I think a lot of people have friends and family who might not be, and I wanted to showcase that restaurants can accommodate everyone. Like, it doesn't have to be a 100% gluten-free restaurant for you to go enjoy a meal with some people who might not be gluten-free, but also showcasing gluten-free options that taste incredible and you will not notice that they're gluten-free at all. I think gluten-free in general, sometimes people think of it as a fad, or they judge you if you're not like 100% all the time gluten-free. And I wanted to showcase like my version of gluten-free, and that is I'm gluten intolerant and I might eat something that's fried in the same fryer. And I think I had so much content already built with local restaurants, and I didn't want that to become useless. Like, I wanted those restaurants to still know that I appreciated them and that people could find them. And so when we go to a restaurant, like, my husband's still able to eat, but I have turned down restaurants because they don't have anything gluten-free, and I've gotten some like kickback on that. They've been like, well, you've shared it before. And I say like, well, I can't share it now if I can't eat it. It doesn't feel fair to my audience to not be able to say that a place has both options. Like, I won't showcase someone that doesn't. So I think sometimes it really just takes that quick DM to the restaurant to make them recognize that they didn't offer something, and they might be able to accommodate. I think the community is so much more than I ever thought growing up. I've met so many people with so many, like, they come from different places. Some of them are transplants from other states, and I've even actually converted 2 of my friends to moving to Indianapolis from other states because I love it here so much, and kind of told them how great it was. But we have so much to offer. We're one of the best food cities, hands down, and I travel a lot, so I've been to a lot of food places. It felt so weird to call myself an influencer. I'm like, yes, I want to influence you to support these places, but also like be your own person. I think that now that I work in marketing a lot more, I try to call myself a content creator instead, and it's like I'm creating what I'm passionate about and what I love, and like I hope that it influences you to support local as well. But yeah, I think for me, influencing is like actively when you're showing something like you need to go here. I don't know, more of that like shopping aspect, salesy. I did used to work in sales, so I think that's why I view it that way. And content creation for me is like creating a resource. Especially with being gluten-free, people don't know what's around, and I want my page to be a resource. So for me, that's more of like creating the content that's like evergreen and lives there versus like telling someone you must go here. Full-time job, I market medtech products, doing content creation on our socials and other things, but Treat Yourself Indie is my passion project that I do in the evenings and weekends. I think at the beginning it was all about followers. It's like when I hit 1,000 followers, I was like, oh, like, am I special now? Is this like a thing? And of course now you look at it like that doesn't seem like a lot, but it was just like, oh, like 1,000 people care what I have to say, and that just felt really cool. Looking as it grows every day, you're like, oh my gosh, five more friends, like. And then I think now it's getting the comments and the DMs and people actually knowing me, or even like going to events or something and someone being like, oh, I follow you. I'm like, I follow you too. And like, I just love the community that's around it. I will say recently I had a video go, in my opinion, pretty viral. And I was so happy because it was the smallest small business, like just hole in the wall place in Carmel, and to see so many people commenting that they were going there, that just felt amazing. And I was like, this is why I do what I do, because I want the businesses to get support. There's a misconception that people aren't giving genuine reviews sometimes. I hear that a lot, that if you're giving positive reviews, then it couldn't be right. I think that a lot of us really do love these places and we're really passionate about it, so our content might seem like really, really uplifting to that place, but we actually really mean that. Okay, my top 3 favorite influencers, content creators in Indy would be Alicia with Twain Indy. She's your go-to for all the farmers market hauls and local grocery. Then I would also say Sean with Indie Food King. Like, he is finding all the hole-in-the-wall restaurants that just with like drool-worthy food, just amazing. And then Anita with Eats with Anita. She's your international grocery store pro. Like, if you're going to Saraga, please reach out to her and ask what to get. She'll know absolutely everything you should get. When I first started, I did just cut things out completely, and I think that was just lack of knowledge. I didn't know what was out there for me to try. Now I'm much more like, I want to substitute and make it feel like I'm still eating the same meal as someone next to me, but it's gluten-free. I actually, this is very personal, hopefully this is okay. I don't mind sharing it, but in 2018, I actually had an ectopic pregnancy and almost died. And in that surgery where they were removing my tube, they discovered like the worst case of endometriosis that my doctor had ever seen. And it was kind of a wake-up call for me. You know, you cry because it's sad, but I was also so relieved to finally have a diagnosis and a why for all of the problems that I've had for most of my life. And on my TikTok platform, I started it as a way to build community that's everything about me. So on TikTok for a while, people knew I had Indo. I built a little community of Indo people there, which really support me. But on Instagram, I had built this like what looks like picture perfect food content and event content. And I had never really spoken. I had said I was gluten-free, but I'd never really said why and like what was going on with me. I think you see a highlight reel of someone's life a lot of times on Instagram. It's all smiles, just me eating this amazing food. You see me at events, you see me looking great, but they don't see like the daily life that was really, really hard. And it felt like I was getting to the point like I wasn't showing up to events. Like, I was going dark on the platform for weeks at a time, and that was when, like, personally, like, I was going through it with Indo, and I finally just felt like these people will either love me or hate me, and if they don't, some people might not care about that post, that's okay, scroll on, you don't have to read. But I felt like there were probably other women in Indy who are experiencing endometriosis and the like, just not knowing what's going on and not knowing the resources. And I was hoping that maybe someone would reach out and say like, how did you get diagnosed, or how did you get surgery? And I just wanted to be able to help women. And if I have this platform of almost 7,000 followers, why not use it as well? It was very open and vulnerable for me to do that.